Hi everyone, Karen Roby here with Stephanie Condon for ZDNet. We're talking today about Salesforce's Sustainability Cloud, which aims for carbon accountability. So just start for us, Stephanie, explaining what this is.
Well, the Accountability Cloud is a platform that helps organizations track, analyze, and report environmental data. So customers can use it to track key performance indicators like renewable energy use, overall energy consumption, and their carbon emissions over time. So with this kind of data, organizations can demonstrate to their own customers or to investors how they're attempting to limit their carbon footprint, show people what they're doing and the results they've had so far. So it's really, this is probably data that companies may already be collecting, but the platform gives them an easy way to organize it in a way that makes sense and a way that's easy for people to hold you accountable.
Okay, and Stephanie, what about demand for the kind of product? Do we know how much people are really asking for this?
Well, with something like climate change, it's easy, I think, for somebody skeptical like me to just think that companies may be paying lip service to the issue and maybe taking just superficial steps to curb their emissions. But if you actually look at recent surveys and the data, it does suggest that executives and companies are actually worried about this issue, if for no other reason than their own self-interest. There was a global survey earlier this year that showed for the first time CEOs listed climate change as the top risk to their organization's growth. So, this is an issue that's having an impact on business, and they realize they need to start doing something about it. And you can also follow the money, obviously, to see how serious companies are about an issue. Salesforce pointed out that global sustainable investing grew by more than 30 trillion in 2018. And that was a big jump over 2 years. So this is an issue that companies are, they're ready to put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, certainly. We want to hope that everybody keeps it top of mind. So, we talk about specifically the tech industry, Stephanie. What's the tech industry doing to promote sustainability?
So like I said, a lot of organizations across the board are worried about it, and the tech industry in particular has gone out of its way to demonstrate that they're trying to create sustainable businesses. So just starting with Salesforce, since they're the one releasing this product, they timed the release of the Sustainability Cloud to coincide with the UN General Assembly and the UN Climate Action Summit, and Salesforce will be participating in some events like the UN Youth Climate Summit. And they're also taking this opportunity to talk about their goals and commitments. They've committed to reaching 100% renewable energy by 2022 and delivering a carbon neutral cloud to their customers. Other companies are taking similar steps. Microsoft, for instance, said its data centers will run on 60% renewable energy by the end of this year. And they take some interesting steps to reach their goals. Microsoft has an internal carbon tax in place, and they've actually done that since 2012, which really puts the onus on individual business units to cut their own carbon emission or face internal financial penalties. Other companies, Google last year began purchasing more energy from wind and solar farms. And Amazon is continuing to expand its renewable energy products and reached its 50% renewable energy target in 2018.
So, in some of the bigger companies, the ones we hear about most often talked about in the news, Stephanie, their employees, we know, are demanding that some of them, these larger companies, really take care of this and look into it more. So, are they speaking up? And if so, how are they going about that?
Yeah, so even though these companies are taking some steps to advance their sustainability initiatives, a lot of employees apparently don't think it's enough. So this week, in conjunction with the UN climate events, employees from Amazon and Google and Microsoft and Facebook are all staging a walkout for climate issues. So they have some specific demands. For instance, the Amazon workers want Amazon to commit to zero emissions by 2030 and to prioritize piloting electric vehicles in communities that are heavily impacted by pollution. So it'll be interesting to see how these giant corporations respond. Especially given how new this kind of activism is. In the past year, we've seen, um, obviously, as I'm sure you know, employees stage walkouts at tech companies for other issues, and it's gotten a lot of attention. But this is the first walkout allegedly over climate issues from tech employees. And for Amazon specifically, this is the first ever walkout staged by their corporate employees. So, the pressure will be on, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of attention these walkouts get.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll be watching it closely, Stephanie. Well, thank you for that. If you'd like to learn more about Salesforce's Sustainability Cloud, you can find Stephanie's full article on ZDNet. Thanks for watching.